So we're back here at Business Law Toolbox. We're going to talk about how to become an angel investor. And we have now a 6-episode series that you can watch and learn exactly how to become one. And today we're going to start with a checklist that you will need to start your journey to become a real good angel investor. So don't miss out on this one, because this episode is going to give you a real start for your successful career.
Amazing.
Let's go.
Hello.
So, Kat, you're going to take us through the checklist today.
Yep.
And I can put it this way.
Yes.
I got 2 million because I sold properties. And now I would like to take the next step and become an angel investor. Yeah. And this world is very new to me. I mean, I've heard about it. I heard good stories. I heard bad stories. So what I want to know is, how do I continue this journey? Because I'm so curious, but I'm also a bit nervous.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm asking you.
Amazing.
Where to start?
Yes. Well, when we did the checklist, we figured we would help out like an overview and a confession. When I did my first angel investment, I did not do a checklist at all.
So you're going to teach me all the do's and don'ts now?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've done the mistakes myself. Being a business lawyer, I have worked with it for over 10 years when I had my first opportunity 7 years ago to make an angel investment. Completely just fell in love with the founders. I just went for it. But I've seen so many mistakes, my own and others. So that's why we're going to go through this 6-episode masterclass. And this first episode will be very high level. So if you feel very, very savvy already, skip to number 2. But I'm going to say this will also help founders looking for investment to understand the angel investment perspective. So you will have an easier time getting your investment. And also, if you're like me, you already jumped in the angel investment world, it can help you kind of start prioritizing, getting a better grip around where you're going, where you want to go. So I know it still helps me to review this checklist every now and then. It really does.
That's so good.
Yeah. So number 1, self-assessment. Because knowing the name of the game, do you have the financial stability? Because any investment that you put into a startup, please think, is it okay if I never, ever see this money again?
That sounds a bit scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's harsh, but it's a high risk, high reward type of investment. And typically you say that you should not use more than 5 to 10% of your savings for this type of high risk investment. But I mean, that depends on your situation. Do you have a family? What's your overall savings? How are you a billionaire, or do you have, or are you young and single and you feel like you can take a chance with some of your money? So I mean, so it's up to you.
But it's also a bit of the charming part, you know.
I know, it's okay. But do a self-assessment. Can you feel like I can afford to take high risk? So self-assessment and financial stability. Are you ready that you will not see, even if it goes well, you will not see any return of investment for a long, long, long time?
And long time could it be years?
5 to 10 years, I would say. Yeah. So if you change your mind in the year and you want to use that money to buy a car, don't expect to get it back. So that's the name of the game. So again, self-assess. Feel where you are at.
So be patient.
Be patient.
Okay. If we take it to the next step, what should I think of then?
Well, number 2, I'm going to say build your network. Because as you will learn, the angel investment in the startup world is a contact sport. It's all about who you know. You will not get in on the great startups, and you will not be able to attract other good investors to that startup unless you have that network required. So build your network. Start with thinking, who do I know already? I mean, that's number 1. But also, how can I grow my network? If you don't have any contacts or know anybody right now, I mean, if you've been in real estate, most likely you have friends who are already putting money into startups. So start asking around, listening, right? But if you don't, check online. Are there any networks in your hometown? Are there any online networks that you can join? I mean, just checking out YouTube channels like this channel. Write the comments, see what response you get. So, I mean, today it's easier than ever to reach contact and get new inputs, so to speak, new connections, knowing new startups and what's going on. But it will take time. Because again, the best startups are already quite attractive. So
Yes, and this seems quite scary because I can do my work in property and real estate, and then I'm just gonna head out and say, "Hello, I'm an angel investor," but I really do not feel like that.
no.
But I need to meet like other people in the same sport.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a good comment because angel investments typically say that's after the startup has gotten its first founding, which you say is from friends, family, and fools. But I mean, where do you draw the line between being a friend, doing your first investment, and being an angel investment worth writing it on your LinkedIn profile, right? I mean, so that's, I mean, everybody, all of us will grow into that role. And some people want to brag about it, even if they put in like 10,000 investment or something, I don't know. And some people will never brag about it, will never put it out on LinkedIn. And I mean, it's up to you. Nothing's right or wrong. That's your profile, how you prefer to present yourself, really.
Wow. So network and new knowledge.
Yeah, new knowledge. I would say that's number 3.
That's number 3.
Educate yourself. Right on. So not only by talking to people, check out YouTube channels, read blogs, listen to podcasts. There are many fantastic founders talking about their journey, often also providing stories about previous startups that failed and why they failed and so forth. So you will learn a lot. People are very open nowadays.
Yes, but it feels like a big world because when I'm searching for like angel investment, I need to somehow have some foundation of what I believe in.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I get too, it gets very confusing watching everybody. Yes, it's overwhelming.
And I would say that number 4 would be set your own strategy.
Wow.
Because many will say to you that you need to diversify, you need to have 20 to 30 startup investments over time in order to have like the best opportunity to kind of get that return. Because the basic fundamentals of it will be that most will fail, and that is okay. Most will fail, some will go okay, and one will hit it big. But that one that you invest in that hit it big, that will cover all of the other investments by far. So you can't expect to all of them be okay. No. It's not that type of game. Most fail and you just need one winner.
And that's what you're hoping for.
Yeah.
That's like a part of the game, it feels like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you talk about your investment strategy, it can be diversified like crazy, or it can be that you want to keep within real estate because that's your expertise. Because, there's a quantitative aspect to startup and it will be a qualitative. And for you, it might be that qualitative that you know the real estate sector, so you can assess, so you can contribute. Because number 5
is
find your value add. A good angel investor will not only come with cash in hand.
Yes.
They will come with either a network or experience or both.
That was what I was supposed to ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in your case, it might be that you're super attractive for startups within real estate and so forth. Because you might contribute in a way that they could never dream of and they could never afford to pay you a salary. But if you've come in as an angel investment, you might be worth gold to them, right?
Yeah. But in my case, I'm interested in, for example, a food tech company. I can tell you more about that later. But how should I think that? I don't have so much experience from food tech or food or restaurants. I only have like restaurants properties, but that's it. So what can I like give the startup or the company I'm funding?
Well, you need to have a dialogue with the founder, understand where they're going, what kind of strategic partnerships are they looking for, what kind of knowledge do they need from you owning property with restaurants in them, what kind of drives that, And perhaps there's no match.
No.
And perhaps it's a perfect match. And perhaps they're fine with your money and don't want your calls. I mean, so it's very individual. It's not like one size fits all.
No.
And also when I say find your sector, it might just be opportunistic. You might not at all feel like real estate is, you tired of it, you hate it.
Yes.
You want to have every sector in the world aside from real estate.
Yes.
So it's all about kind of soul searching and going out to the world, talking, reading, understanding what you're willing to go for.
Yes. But I also feel like, I'm willing to learn new things. So I'm willing to cooperate with the founders and learn how can I help with my experience, but also add something new to, I mean, it's a new food tech app. So maybe I have something or maybe I can learn something.
So in your case, a value add will want to be that you want to be active, very active. So if you come on in early, that can be really attractive for a lone founder or a very tight, small team. And for another startup, that just might sound super annoying. I don't want you in here every day, please. No. So again, reflect and have a good communication with the founder. So you make sure before you do the investment that it's a good fit.
It's a good fit. Yeah, that's good. And if we move on to the next step.
Number 5.
I'm
going to say, in a good case, before you meet that lovely founder that you fall in love with, like me, you do a checklist about what due diligence you need to do.
Okay, and due diligence we talked about in an earlier episode. It's like the audit.
Yeah. It's the investigation of the company. And when you do it this early in a startup, you need to be realistic. I mean, it's not like you're going to buy the company or you're a venture capital company. So the company won't have that much. Perhaps you're investing in a PowerPoint presentation. Then you might want to do a due diligence looking at the commercial market. Do you believe in it really? What's already out there? How would that product really work? You might want to do a due diligence on the founder. She seems amazing, but what's her track record? Has she successfully built other companies? Do you know anybody that knows her? Does she have a good reputation? I'm not saying that you should trust rumors, but check around. What do you want to know? And if the startup has a prototype, can you talk to customers? You want to check the legal structure. You want to ask for the cap table of the startup. So think it through what you need to know. Or if the startup makes claims that it has IP, is that protected? Can you see some validation? If it claims that it has customers, can you see the contract? Can you validate it? So, and something a bit harsh for founders here, but without saying that they by any means mean to be deceitful, they are very, very passionate and they see the vision, they believe. So it does tend to happen that they will come to you and say, well, I have 20 investors lined up and everything's going great and I have 5 customers. And then we start asking about those 20 investors. It turns out, well, I had coffee with 20 investors, but I know they will invest. And I know I have the phone number to those 5 customers and I talk to them. I know they will buy. So be careful. Think it through. What kind of validation do you want to see? Because a founder is and should be positive.
Yeah, of course. Otherwise, you run invest.
No, but you should also be a bit level-headed in that case.
A bit mindful, you would say. Yeah. Okay, then I will take that with me. And the next step.
Where are we at? Are we number 6?
Yes, we're heading to number 6 now.
Lovely. I would say find your hunting ground.
Oh, what does that mean?
That means that even if you feel like, okay, I'm so savvy, I read all of the books and listened to all of your episodes on that YouTube channel.
Yes.
I know everything. And I know that I want to invest in the same companies that Mark Zuckerberg invests in. And I want to meet Elon Musk. And I know that anything popping out of Silicon Valley with a focus on AI is perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I know for myself, it's not my hunting ground. I do not have Elon Musk's phone number.
No, even though I wished I had.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not realistic for me to believe that those are my startups. So, like, which type of startups do I want to invest in, and can I invest in? Where am I attractive, and where can I reach them? Is it the local community? Is it within the real estate and those communities globally? What's your hunting ground? Where can you find them?
Yes, and it feels like when I listen to you, you need to have some kind of like self-awareness. Even if I had a lot of money, I need to, as you say, find my hunting ground.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have to give something to the startup as well for the company.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yes. Because if you have like money to do things, you get like, yeah, I can do this and that.
Yeah.
I'm going to call that person. But some strategic, you need to be aware.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of realistic, like where am I? Where do I want to go? So you don't feel disappointed later on. So you don't.
Yeah.
I mean, if you invest like up to 1 million, and then you see no result from them, and you might not even be on that good communication with the founders, and then might not be that fun. You might not even have that good reputation in town because you didn't really know the name of the game and so forth. So might as well kind of reflect. And like I said, I reflect like at least yearly on this checklist.
That's good.
Yeah.
So we move on to number 7.
7.
Yeah.
The last one before we kind of pull the trigger. The boring one.
The boring
The
one.
boring one. Think about tax consequences before you invest.
Wow. Okay, what should I think of then?
Depending on where you live.
Yeah.
For instance, it can be beneficial for you to invest through a holding company. So you might want to set up a company, invest through that, because then any dividends from the company will be treated tax neutral. It's like that for us here in Sweden, for example. So review that before you invest, because it can be quite a big difference if you do it right or wrong, so to speak.
Okay, good. So be aware of that.
Yeah. And also if you want to kind of provide services and get equity for that, sweat equity, will there be VAT issues and how will you structure that? Or is it a risk that you would be seen as needing to pay income tax if you contribute and come and work and get sweat equity for that? So be mindful of the tax consequences before you jump in the game.
Wow, good. Next, now we're heading to number 8.
Number 8.
What's happening now?
Do it.
Yeah.
Invest.
Yep, I'm going to do it.
The best recommendation, start small.
Yeah.
But you're you, so I won't hold it against you. But start small and just invest.
Try. So let's say I have 2 million.
Yeah.
Would you recommend me to invest maybe half of it at the beginning? Or if I have the opportunity to put all of my money, if it turns out to be good?
Do you really want investment?
Yes.
I would definitely say, are we talking dollars?
Yes.
Yeah. I would definitely say no. My recommendation, up to you. I would say like start with 10, 20K.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you can reflect, are you willing to do add-on investments in the same startup, or do you want to spread between different startups? Because if you want to defend your ownership stake, you might want to participate in one or more funding rounds. And then you will typically not be able to, because then they will be too big. I mean, the VC funding rounds are typically not 2 million will not suffice. But that can be a reflection, but start small. That's much
really
my recommendation.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. And then we're at
number 9.
Number 9, I'm so sorry. And that is stay active, monitor the investment, and then you will have room to navigate. You will have learned, you will have met other startups, you will have discussed with other angel investors coming into the same company. And then you will know if you put in to 20K, where do you want to put in the next 20K or 40K? Because I promise once you get in the game, the opportunities will come and come and come. And if you put out on LinkedIn that you're active angel investor, if you get a good reputation from your current founder and fellow angel investors, you will get so many opportunities. So don't jump the gun too much, because then you lose out on the fun, but also financially won't be sound, because the more you source, the more you learn, the more opportunity to find really, really good startups.
Wow. And now we're heading to number 10.
Number 10, well, that will really be reassess, reevaluate, and keep going. So number 9 and 10 kind of boil together right now in how we present it.
Yes. Do it and
reiterate the process. Perhaps it changes over time. Perhaps you started out without no network, but a year in or 2 years in, you go out every weekend with different amazing angel investors who you met, and you start traveling, going to different conferences, and suddenly your value add might be your network. And suddenly your hunting ground might not only be your local hometown or that real estate or that other area where you came from originally, area of market.
Wow. I say wow to everything because I'm thinking of myself now. I'm going to invest. It sounds like a sport, you talk about it as if you start, you can never stop.
No, and it's a bit, sports, it's good. Because also if you think that you were a coach, and you had a team, well, you're looking for that one Michael Jordan, right?
Yes.
And in order to find that Michael Jordan, you need to be a good coach, but you also need to find very many to coach along the way, right? So kind of like that. You need to find that one winner, and then you can find a lot of ones that go well during, and you get to do something you love. Because, I mean, I've never done anything that I'm more excited about and more grateful than my own angel investments.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. But again, any money that you put into angel investments, be ready to never see it again. So,
yes.
And it's not legal advice. This is just our checklist, storytelling, education.
Yes.
Telling it, supporting you in any way we can.
Yes, you hear the tips and tricks from our business lawyer. She sees it from the inside.
Yeah.
And this sounds very interesting when you talk about it. I mean, I get very excited, but also the risks is maybe the reason people are afraid of starting the angel investment.
That's very interesting because do you think the people that do not do angel investments, do they realize the high risk? Because I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. Because, I mean, if it's a really big risk, I can get butterfly from just the idea of it.
Yeah.
But I'm also a bit scared, but then I know maybe it's a good jump to take. I don't know.
No? So
I don't know.
No. And I mean, since there is a quality element, just about picking the founders and also how you can contribute yourself, you can have a positive impact that will at least decrease the risk to some degree.
But you can never decrease it totally.
No. It's high risk. We're up here with the risk.
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And now we've gone through the checklist. I mean, so now you have some tools to start thinking about to become an angel investor.
Yeah.
Sounds so cool.
Super.
And you got it here on the Business Law Toolbox. We're always here to present business law for you at zero cost. And you have now watched our first episode about angel investing and how to become one. So stick through because there will be 5 more episodes about this, both legal parts and good lingo. So stay tuned.
A lot of mistakes seen that we will help you so you have heard about them and you do not have to do them.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Because that's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for today. And please, I'll see you next time. Don't miss this. And do not forget to like and subscribe our channel because we are here to keep us educated and keep you educated.
Indeed.
Stay tuned.
Bye-bye.
Bye.